This is Grizz's workshop. This scruffy-looking mofo is Grizz.
Not an expert, not an exemplar of safety. Proceed at your own risk.
In recent years, the trend of cutting boards, serving platters, etc. has never been more popular. Lots of patterned, live edge and epoxy boards. I've had an idea of incorporating silhouettes of landmarks around Norfolk into epoxy and oak serving platters. I can't imagine I have thought of something original, but from my search online, I have been unable to find anyone else doing the same thing. This is something I anticipate others copying, if anyone sees them. I got a mould of a charcuterie board online and bought some small offcuts of oak that were thin enough for the job. They needed gluing into a form. It took a little while to glue them all together, never enough clamps, and I had to bring them indoors to dry, as it's too cold this time of year in the workshop. I stretched 5 offcuts over 3 platters. I have got another 3 boards ready to go for the next pour. As well as glue not drying in the cold, the weather interferes with the curing time of epoxy, so I had to bring them inside to set as well. I don't have the same setup inside, so here are some handheld shots of the first pour on the 3rd board. This look here is supposed to be the moment after sunset when the sky is both orange and blue. In between the first and the second pour, I apply a silhouette. The silhouette is made from pictures of landmarks I took and then altered them on my computer so they were silhouettes. Used the software to set cut paths and sent it through my cutter with a vinyl sticker sheet. I pour some foreground epoxy just to give it a bit more depth and wait until cured and add a final covering translucent epoxy. Once cured, I flattened the first board. I decided to use my sled as I thought it'd be quicker. It wasn't. I ended up making this board a lot thinner than I intended. I've had more success just using sandpaper. I used my belt sander and my bobbin sander to get the edges flush. I sanded from 40 grit to 10,000 grit. I don't know technically when sanding becomes polishing, but it did at some point. To finish them off, I used some food-safe wax paste. You can see on the first two boards, it was still wet when I applied it, as I only just made it. I used Johnson & Johnson's baby oil, white spirits and beeswax. Baby oil is the easiest and cheapest source of mineral oil. Once applied, I used the wax to polish the boards to a shine. They look just right. I'm very pleased with these. I'll be taking these and 3 more to my exhibition this Easter. I also posted these pictures as sunsets, and no one seemed to suspect that they were anything other than that.
See you next time on Grizz's Workshop.